Hey guys, Lamar Geek here. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing my Inktober supplies and any tips that I've used during Inktober for the last 3 years. I'm so excited that Inktober is coming again. I've been waiting the entire year for this month because it's one of my favorite things to do during the entire year, and doing it for 3 years has been really amazing. And hopefully I'll be able to share some tips with you guys and the supplies I'll be using. Maybe give you guys a general idea of like what specific supplies you'll need, and yeah, that sort of thing. So hopefully it'll be helpful. So what Inktober is, for those who don't know, yes, I printed out the prompt list. It's a challenge created by Jake Parker for those who want to improve their inking skills. So he dedicated the month of October just for that. So, and it's also, he created it because he wanted to improve his inking skills as well, which is going to be very beneficial for us because he decided to make this challenge just for that. So for this challenge, I definitely wanted to follow the prompt this year because I've never done it before, and I think they're really interesting. Like, I've seen the prompt for last year, but I never got to do it because I had my own theme. But I think for this year, I'm going to be following the official prompt list. So here it is. You can find it on his social media, which is down here. And yeah, and I printed it out because I don't want to like look at my computer every single time, and plus I'll be doing this outside of my home, so I'll need like a reference. So that's what the piece of paper was for. So yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to be showcasing the ink supplies. So the first thing that I'm going to be showcasing is the sketchbook that I'm using. Now, this sketchbook is a Stillman and Burn sketchbook. I think it's a beta softcover, so it's kind of like flimsy like that. And I forgot the paper weight for the sketchbook, but basically, if you know what mixed media paper looks like, it's basically that. So I decided to go with like a full range mixed media paper this year because in the past years I didn't really use mixed media paper. I used something else. I think I used like a Canson mixed media. Oh wait, no, it was Strathmore. It was a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook, but it wasn't as thick as this. This is definitely thicker and it's more stable, or more put together so that no pages will fall out. But I'm really excited to use this. It's going to be my first time using this. You can see, there you go, Stillman and Burn beta series. So this is the beta soft cover. Yeah. So I found this online. I think it was around $15 when I got it. I know it's kind of expensive for something this big. It's only 26 pages, but I think it'll be really good for those who like really want to get into like the inking, like with the ink washes and everything, not just a simple ballpoint pen doodle. Like this year I'm gonna go all out, so I need a perfect sketchbook for this. So yeah, that's the first one. The second supplies I'll be using are the one and only Micron pens. I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with this. Yes, I'm bringing back the Microns. I feel like not a lot of people are using Microns right now, but that might be me. I might not be looking at the right area, but I love Microns. They are my favorite supplies right now, or they've always been my favorite supplies. But this time, usually I would get the 6-pack. I got the 8-pack because I wanted to try this pen out. I have a few of these, like the Pigma brushes, but I don't have the Pigma graphic pens. So I'm excited to use those, or use this. But I just wanted to get another set of Microns because the ones that I have right now they don't have that much ink anymore, especially the 08 pen. So I'm happy that I got this. I also got this on Amazon, I believe for $11 or $12. It's good because usually at Michael's they're kind of like $17 or $18, but this is only like $11, I believe. So I'll put the links to the supplies all down below, so you don't have to worry about looking for them. But yeah, I'm bringing these back and they are my favorite. I can't wait to use them again. So the next supplies are these Tombow pens. They're usually for calligraphy, but I wanted to try these out this year or for this month, and I heard really good reviews about it online. So, and I've never owned any Tombow products before, so my first one, and I'm kind of excited for it. I think that these were $9 online. I forgot the prices already. I got all these supplies around the beginning of September. I was preparing so hard for Inktober because I'm super excited again. So I believe they were $9. They weren't that expensive, I promise, guys. But I heard Tombow was really good, so I'm excited to try these. And I got the 2-pack because I think they come in 2-pack anyway, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm excited to use these. And I think my friend told me that these were good too, so I'm excited. And yeah, Tombow, I can't wait to try these. So I even have more pens to showcase, and I already opened the package for it because I used this during August. I didn't really plan to use it for the Inktober challenge, but these are the Sakura Pigma Professional brush pens, and they come in the size FB, MB, and BB. So, and they usually would come in a pack of 3, which is all this, and I've already tried these out and I love them. This one especially is my favorite because the tip of the pen is like really stiff, so that means you can have like good precision with it, you can ink it really nicely, and the MB and the BB are really good too because they're big so that you can fill in like any black spaces if you want to. Here, I'll actually show you guys the FB one. See if it'll focus. Okay, it's not gonna focus, but yeah, that's bad. But you can see it a little bit. Yeah, it's really good for detail work with this. I'm sorry if you can't see it. And then these are basically like the brush pens that you normally would see. Looks like that. I know it's blurry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so it looks like that. And the BB one is basically the same thing except it's bigger. So yeah, I'm excited to use these. I've never used them before I got them. So, and when I figured out that these worked really well, I was so excited. So I'm excited to use these again for Inktober. So yeah. So now we will go over with the ink stuff, like the actual ink bottles. So this is the first one I'll be using. I don't know if you guys remember my ink, not my ink, but my art supplies video that I also showcased this in that. And that's because I'm going to be using this again. And I do not remember the type of ink that's in here because this was all the way back in high school and I completely forgot. I know that it's India ink, but I don't remember the brand. So, and my teacher gave me the ink bottle too. Like he poured the ink in a separate ink bottle and just gave it to me. So I've had this ever since, and I'm definitely using this again because it really does hold a place inside, and I'm definitely gonna have a wave of nostalgia again because it's been a while since I've used this type of ink. So yeah. And the next one will be this ink, and it's a Rowney ink. It's an FW, and I believe the color is flame red. I think it's flame red, yeah. It had like the word flame in it, so I believe it's flame red. But I'm gonna be adding color to this Inktober. I know I've done it I've added color like 2 years ago, I believe, but this time I think I'll just stick to one color this year. So this is the color that I want, and you guys will know why I wanted this color when I flip through the Inktober sketchbook when it's finished. So yeah, Rowney, really good. Oh, I got this at Hobby Lobby, by the way. And then now, the last ink bottle, because I'm going to be using 3 ink bottles, will be this. It's the Higgins fountain pen India ink, and this is non-waterproof, so it's really good for ink washes and shades so that you can, like, you know, get that nice gray color with the ink. And I love this. I used it for class too, so it was like really good, and it's super portable. I've always loved Higgins ink. I wish I would have used it more, but I can't wait to use it now because of Inktober. And this is the box if you guys are interested. I kept the box for some reason. Yeah. Chart pack. So yeah, I got this at Michael's. The ink. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I also have this ink. This one's turquoise. It's the same brand as this, obviously. they're the same thing, but this one's turquoise. I won't be using this for Inktober, but I feel like I should just showcase anyway because I love the color, and I'm just probably gonna use this on my free time. Yeah, I just wanted to showcase that. So yeah, those were my inks. So there's another supply that I wanted to use, and it's gonna be the first time this Inktober that I'll be using it, and it's this flower palette. Now, I've been seeing a lot of YouTubers, a lot of art YouTubers who have this palette, and I've been telling myself that I wanted this for so long, and I finally found it. I couldn't find it anywhere else, and when I tried to look it up online, it was expensive, and it was like porcelain glass, I think. This one's plastic, but the one online was like porcelain and was like $15, I think. But this one I found at Hobby Lobby for like, I think $4. So it was super cheap, made of plastic, and I'm gonna be doing some ink washes with this palette. So I'm super excited. I love this already. As you can tell, I kind of used it. The ink is kind of like dried out, but I already used it. I try to clean it as much as possible, but yeah, I can't wait to use this, yay. Okay, so here are the brushes that I'll be using. I got a few new ones over this month because I feel like I should get newer brushes so that, you know, the ink would look better, have the line art look better and everything. So this is a brush that I showcased in my art supplies video, and it's the Princeton Art and Brush Corporation brush. And I've always loved this because the line work that I make with this brush is amazing, and it's size 2. This one I also showcased in my last art video, I believe. It's a Princeton brush, size 3, and usually I would use this for watercolor, but recently I've been using it for ink, and it's just as awesome for ink. Yeah, so size 3. And I probably won't use watercolor this Inktober because I want to practice actually using the ink washes instead of like watercolor. So that's why I wanted to get like brushes that are more fitted for watercolor and ink as opposed to watercolor, if that makes any sense. That was my mindset, but yeah. This one is a newer one, and this one's, let me see, an Artist Loft Vienna brush, and it's size 4. I don't know a lot of people who own Artist Loft products. Like, I've always loved Artist Loft. I might be crazy, or I might be shopping at Michael's more than I should, but yeah, I love the felt tip it has, so that's why I got it. I think it's more better than watercolor, but I might as well try it for ink washes, so that's exactly what I'm going to be using it for. And this one is the recent one that I got, and it's the same brand, the Princeton brush, but this one's size 8, so that I can get like a bigger washes with this. So still love the tips. So yeah, my brushes that I'll be using. So excited. I'm so excited, you guys. So this is a supply that I don't normally use, but I feel like I should try it out again during Inktober, and it's the Prismacolor Kohl Erase Pencil. I don't normally use these, but I'm going to use them for Inktober. I know they're really good. I've tried them before, but for some reason I can never bring myself to use them again. But I know for the fact that they're good, so I can't wait to use these again. And the color is Carmine Red. I also have Vermilion, but that's somewhere else. So in general, I'm going to be using Prismacolor Kohl Erase pencils. Did I say markers? Kohl Erase pencils. I think I said pencils. Okay, so definitely going to be using these. And I think they're like really good because, first of all, they erase, my favorite thing to do. And second of all, their color is really bright as opposed to like other color pencils. So it's going to be easier for me to ink. I'm excited for that. So yeah, I'm going to be using a Kohl Erase pencil, or Kohl Erase pencils for that matter, for this Inktober. Woo! Okay, last but not least, these are for people who don't want to go out of their way to buy super expensive art supplies. So I have these as backup, and they are the Pilot pens, the precise V7 Pilot pens. I love these pens. I use them for my sketchbook a lot. You might have noticed, and they are my favorite brand to work with because their ink is super rich, and they every time I draw a straight line or even like a little line, the ink always shows up on the paper, which is super good. I love these. These are probably the pens to go if you do want to do Inktober on a cheaper level. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but if you don't want to spend too much money, which I totally get it, I totally understand, these pens are usually good for that. So I recommend these a lot if you want to save your money and enjoy Inktober at the same time. Really, you only need like a pen, something like this, or even like a ballpoint pen and paper. That's all you need for Inktober, you guys. Don't spend too much money. Yes, that's the first tip. Don't spend too much money if you don't need to. A lot of us artists basically want to try out all these supplies because we want to experiment. Usually, it would be best to get better supplies so that it's archival and it lasts longer in case if you want to like sell your pieces as a book. But really, if you're just gonna have fun with it, don't spend too much money. Just get yourself a good pen and a piece of paper or pieces of paper, and you're all good. Personally, for me, I get all these supplies because I want to experiment with all of them. So in order to experiment with all of them, you need to actually own the supplies. So I basically spent my money just for the sake of me experimenting with them, trying to see what's good for me, what's not good for me, and whatever is not good for me, I don't pay for it anymore. That's my tip. And yeah, that's basically it. So have fun at Inktober, you guys. I'm so excited to see all of your guys' artwork, and I hope that you all will have an amazing time. I do have one more tip for you guys. I don't want like you guys to spend too much time on a drawing because it's like you don't want to focus on one drawing and then not having to complete the rest of the days. Like, it's fine if you don't want to do all the days if you're that busy during the month, but it's best if you don't focus too much on one drawing because you're going to be drawing every single day, and it's better to see all those drawings as a whole than to just focus on one drawing. And honestly, it's all about practice and improvement. So all of us have made mistakes before. There's no such thing as a perfect artist. So it's completely okay if one of your pieces don't turn out the way that you want it to be. Believe me, I have so many Inktober pieces over the years that I did not like, but you know what? I decided that as a whole, looking at all the pieces as a whole, it's definitely more rewarding than viewing one piece and telling yourself that you need to get better, you need to get better, or putting yourself down because of that. So that's another tip. Make sure that you guys are also practicing and having fun. Like that's the best part. Make sure you guys are having fun because it's not going to be fun if you keep putting yourself down. those are my tips. So yeah, so here's the list again if you guys are interested to see, and you can also find this on his social media in case if you're interested. Okay, so thank you guys for watching again. Hopefully hopefully that's helpful for you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.